Today's top tip is all about the bruises we carry. Not the ones from slipping on cobbles while abroad, but the metaphorical ones we sometimes treat like lifelong tattoos. In this top tip, you'll learn why most setbacks aren't permanent, why Gary Neville makes a surprisingly good philosopher, and how to stop letting old failures rent space in your head rent-free. Let's get into it. Right, most followers will know that I was mugged in Barcelona a while back and that I'm purposefully not focusing on the negative points. For newer subscribers, the rather lengthy story is on my blog. I'll leave a link below so you can take a look. But I'm not dwelling on it, honestly. But I have to say I still felt the effects for a while, or rather the effects of my sluggish response. The light-fingered denizens of Barcelona really do provide a very swift and efficient decluttering service. And as my phone was grabbed, I tried to give chase. I lost my balance and, being a bit overweight and the wrong side of 49, I tumbled heavily to the ground. Aside from a couple of scraped knees and a sore arm, it didn't look as though I'd done myself any injuries. Clearly the main damage was my ruptured pride. But not long after, a pain in the left side of my chest developed and steadily got worse. After doing the usual Google medical checks, heart attack symptoms quickly discounted, it was pretty clear that I'd strained my intercostal chest muscles. And by the time I put together this top tip, the pain had almost fully gone. Which leads us to this week's theme. Most setbacks are temporary. Most pain is ephemeral. Most problems are short-lived, and most failures are not long-lasting. I once heard former Man United defender and Sky Sports chatterbox Gary Neville say, "Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo." And it's a great line and it really resonated with me. It's a useful way of reminding yourself that failure is fleeting. And it's a good line to make you understand that, like my pain, it will go away. It also made me think that too many of us treat failure like a tattoo, as if it's something permanent. I mean, imagine that every time someone mentions Barcelona that I now immediately respond by saying, "Ooh, I wouldn't go there if I was you. I had a terrible experience, blah, 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 moan, 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 etc." That would mean my bruise had become a tattoo, something that I choose to make permanent. And I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm going to use it as a reminder for Gary Neville's quote. So the mugging is now a metaphor for a metaphor about failure being just a temporary thing. That's getting very meta. But here's the question for you. Which of your bruises do you treat like a tattoo? Which of these are you still wincing about? The relationship bruise, the career bruise, the family bruise, the missed opportunity bruise, spilled milk bruise. Yes, we're mixing metaphors on a grand scale today. I do think that there is the opportunity to use the pain of failure as motivation, but that's for another top tip. Use failure while it lasts, but don't feel as though it is part of you. The most important point today is that you can move on from a setback. Sometimes you just have to decide it's time. Let it heal and disappear. Just because you experience failure doesn't mean you are one. That's a quote of mine. But I'd still prefer Gary's actually. Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. It's a lot more figurative and visual. It can make you think carefully about how you treat failure. Make sure it's just a short-term injury and not a permanent marking. If this helped take the sting out of any past bruises, give it a like and hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments what's your version of a tattoo-worthy bruise.